This channel is for mature audiences only. If you're underage on this channel, your parents' mom should have swallowed them or spit them out.
A question that I've always found interesting that's been posed since the dawn of time is how the very question that can men and women be friends? A lot of people will say yes, a lot of people will say no. I typically would say no. Because usually what happened in friendships like that is typically at one portion of that friendship, somebody catches feelings for the other person in that friendship. So I typically say no, women and men cannot be friends for the fact that men and women at different portions of their friendships or different times in their friendships typically end up catching feelings for another person. Some women even get very overprotective, like they're mate guarding, when it comes to their friends when they start getting into relationships with other women. So that's something I've also noticed too. It's almost like a mate guarding thing as well too. Like it's like a friendship guarding. But typically I don't believe that they can for that very reason, because at some point the power dynamic is always going to shift back and forth between the two. Let it be, a friend who is one of the friends are in a relationship, one of the other people are going to be jealous or, try to do some mate guarding, and vice versa when it comes to the women on man, basically. When the friend man is actually in a relationship, women typically do the same damn thing as well, too. Because women don't want to lose their position in a man's eyes, no matter if they're friends or not. So typically when a man gets into a relationship, women tend to they'll shut down or get very jealous, low-key, about the friendship that they're in, because they know that they're losing their position. And the sad part about that, sometimes, or a lot of times, a lot of the feelings that a lot of these women have turn into actual feelings for their friend, enough to want to sabotage the relationship or enough to want to, mess up their happiness, even if it's happiness or not that they're feeling at the moment in time, and if it's not bliss or lust, basically. So something I've noticed with women is women tend to fall in love with their friends when their friends typically start falling in love with other people, because now the attention is taking off that woman and placed on another woman. So now she has competition. And the sad part about that, no matter how much you cut it, a woman doesn't want to have to do competition. She basically wants a lot of your time, or most of your time, is basically how it works. That's something I've noticed about women. And the same thing goes for men. You can't be friends with women for the fact that at one point you're going to catch some feelings for her. And then it's going to shift back and forth. There's always going to be this constant back and forth power struggle in the friendship that actually makes it so that, it makes it complicated, or it makes it so that, you want more out of the friendship than you actually really want. And that's something I've always noticed. And people will always lie and say, yeah, we've been good friends and this, that, and the other. But there's probably been a time when they damn near crossed the line as friends. Or there's probably been a time when they did cross the line and never really talked about it as friends. Because typically, that's that whole entire dynamic that, they have. Even friends in a friend zone, or friend zone, all because they have feelings for the person, but they don't know how to express them. And the sad part about that is the people who actually have them in a friend zone pretty much know that they have feelings for them. So it's one of those things where they get all this love and affection and attention for free without having to give anything else in exchange. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty much a give and take in those types of relationships. So that's something typically that you can't